The latest console has already proven to be a hit with many gamers, making it difficult for some to even obtain a unit. If you are debating whether to buy or simply wait for new units to arrive, this video may provide you with some additional information about the console as a whole. Similarly, if you already own the console, this video will be a great watch to showcase 10 tips and tricks for the Nintendo Switch that you may not be aware of. You can check your battery life at any time. Because of its more efficient OLED screen, the Switch OLED has slightly better battery life than the original Switch, but neither will last so long that you won't need to check the battery from time to time. While playing a game, hold down the home button to see the battery life and adjust a few other settings such as volume and brightness. The menu will appear in a split second. Holding ZL and ZR together will also make the Switch display the exact percentage of battery remaining in the upper right corner of the home screen, or you can toggle it on permanently in Settings to System, then Console Battery. Preset, make strange and fun sounds on the unlock screen. By pressing any button 3 times, you can unlock the Switch. Have you ever tried it? You'll notice this software Easter egg if you have. Most buttons sound the same, but the left and right control sticks, as well as the ZL and ZR triggers, make strange, amusing noises akin to a clown horn. Another thing to try. The Switch's clicky noise when you tap in a random location is pressure sensitive. Depending on how hard or soft you touch it, the pitch rises or falls. When the novelty of the screen lock wears off, and you'd rather just unlock your Switch directly, disable it entirely by going to System Settings, then Screen Lock, and unchecking the Lock Console in Sleep Mode option. Transfer game saved data to a micro SD card. By default, your game saved data will be saved on your Switch's internal storage. You can, however, move your game saves to a micro SD card to free up some space on the system. Select Move Data between System Micro SD Card from the System Settings to Data Management menu. Select Move to Micro SD Card, and then select which games to transfer. While this will save your game saves on the micro SD card, you will not be able to swap that card to another Switch and access those saves. If you've recently purchased a new console, check out our guide on how to transfer saved data from one Nintendo Switch to another. If it freezes, perform a hard reset. The Switch is fairly stable, but it is susceptible to the occasional freeze. Turning off the Switch is usually accomplished by holding down the power button for a few seconds until the restart menu appears. If that doesn't work, the best solution is to perform a hard reset by holding down the power button for approximately 12 seconds. Just keep holding. Wait at least 30 seconds after turning it off before turning it back on. If your problems persist, you can try booting it into maintenance mode by holding down the power button while turning it on, and then pressing down on both volume buttons right next to it when the Nintendo logo appears. This allows you to factory reset it or clean it out while still attempting to save your data. Archive the games you don't play. The Switch has many advantages, but storage space is not one of them. The LCD Switch comes with 32 GB of hard drive space, which includes the operating system. The OLED model increases this to 64 GB, but it's still easy to run out of space if the majority of your games are digital downloads. To free up hard drive space, one simple solution is to archive the games you no longer play, but keep your game saves. To do this, highlight a game and press the plus button. Then select Manage Software, then Archive Software from the drop-down menu. You can also archive software by going to System Settings, then Data Management, and then selecting Quick Archive to get recommendations on which games to archive based on file size and recent playtime. Instead, click Manage Software to have complete control over what you want. Download video games from any online store. Because the Nintendo Switch is region-free, you can play games from other countries. For example, you can download some cool Japanese games that you won't find in stores in the United States, nor will they appear on the Nintendo eShop. To create a new account in Japan, simply go to my.nintendo.com/getting started in a web browser and select Japan as your country. To register, use an email address other than the one associated with your US account. After that, create a new profile on your Nintendo Switch and name it something like Japan, and link it to the new account you created online. You can download Japanese titles once you open the Nintendo eShop linked to that profile, some available with English subtitles. Switch charge your phone. Here's something you might not know. If your smartphone's battery is running low and you have your Nintendo Switch with you, you can charge it. Simply connect your smartphone to the Nintendo Switch's USB-C port beneath the unit with a compatible cable, and it will work immediately. As an Android user, I already had a USB-C to USB-C cable, but you can also use a full-size USB adapter, which is usually included in the box with many of today's Android phones, or, for iPhone users, a Lightning to USB-C cable from your local dollar store. Sound effects. To rouse the Nintendo Switch from its slumber, press a button 3 times. Usually people press the A button. Why do it 3 times? This is to avoid accidentally waking up your console while it's in, say, a backpack and wasting its battery. If you press in on the analog sticks, however, you'll hear some amusing Nintendo-style sound effects instead. Those who own a Nintendo GameCube may recall a similar Easter egg with that console. Speaking of audio, it's a shame that the Nintendo Switch doesn't support wireless Bluetooth headphones, so your headphone cable may dangle in front of the screen during gameplay, unless you tuck it behind the system's kickstand. Take screenshots and save them to your phone. The Switch makes it simple to shoot in-game shots, but it falls short when it comes to sharing them. You could only send the photographs to Facebook and Twitter for a long, but now you can also send them to your phone. To send a screenshot to your phone, open it on your Switch, press A to access the sharing and editing menu, and then select Send to Smartphone. From here, you'll need to scan a QR code with your phone to link the 2 devices wirelessly. Scanning the second code will open a web page with your image within after the connection has been established. After that, you can save the image to your device and use it however you want. Obtain additional save files. Many Switch games only allow 1 save file to be used at a time. That means that if you want to restart Breath of the Wild, you must delete your previous save file. There is a workaround, however, that allows you to keep multiple save files for these types of games. The Switch is configured so that save files are associated with specific user profiles. That is, you can create multiple user profiles, each with their own saved data associated with it. Navigate to System Settings, then Users, then Add Users to create a new user profile. When you start a game, you can now choose between your different user accounts, each with their own saved data. Text on the screen. Text on a screen the game controller is about as far from a perfect tool as you can get. Wouldn't it be great if you could use a real physical keyboard to type words on your Switch? As it turns out, you can't. Who would have thunk it? Simply plug a standard USB keyboard into your Switch, and whenever a text field with a keyboard appears on screen, you can type on the physical keyboard, and the text will appear on the screen. The Nintendo Switch is a powerful game console that packs a surprising amount of technology into a tiny package if tiny packages are your thing. Whether you were an early adopter or you recently purchased a Switch, there's a good chance you haven't taken advantage of all the unique features Nintendo has to offer. Games this is useful whenever you need to enter long, complicated passwords or type your address and credit card information into the eShop. It's also great for adding text to screenshots before posting them to social media. We have come to the end of our show. That's all we had for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. If so, show us some love by subscribing to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. If you want to get notified on our new videos, all you have to do is click the notification button, and you'll be notified once we post a new video. Also, share the video with your family and fellow gamers, and do not forget to like. Bye. See you next time in our new video.